So earlier today I watched a movie that was so damn super, man. Because welcome back to the James Ram Reviews for yet another episode. And in today's video I actually saw the new Superman movie from director James Gunn earlier today. And usually I'll give myself that time to process it, give myself a day or two or whatever. But this movie is just so damn special to me, and I think why not, let's review it today, tonight, or whenever you're watching this. So before we get into how I feel about the movie and everything like that, I'll give you a bit of context and things. So what you need to know is it's directed by James Gunn, like I said, and I have loved his movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad. So when I heard that he was going to take over DC and he was going to do a new Superman movie, like a reboot of the entire DC universe, like this could be interesting. And then it was in the works for a while, and then as soon as we started getting trailers for the movie, I was like, oh yeah, this movie looked quite awesome. And everything leading up to it, and just like the trailers got more and more entertaining for me. I was like, yeah, this movie could be really solid. And then I heard the main theme tune, which is the iconic Superman song. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy this one. So that is all of that. And another fun fact you need to know about this is I saw the movie in super screen, because there's no other way you can watch a Superman movie other than watching it in super screen. So I was like, you know what, let's watch it in the big screen. That's my Cineworld's version of IMAX, like I mentioned in a previous video. I think I talked about how the super screen experience is kind of like IMAX in a different sort of wording and all that. So what the movie is about is it's about Superman, but it's not an origin story. It kind of like just jumps right into the action, already establishing a universe with these characters, so you're living in the world as it's happening. And so you've got all of that. You've got Superman, he's Clark Kent, and then you've got Lois Lane. You've got all of these other characters, but Superman is played by David Cornsweet. Lex Luthor is played by Nicholas Hoult. You've got Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, and there's a few other actors in the movie as well. And so what I will say about this movie is that this is it's a very, very good movie. The first few minutes, I will be honest, right, it's kind of slow, it's hard to adjust to, but once it keeps going, it just keeps finding a way to just entertain me. There was quite a few times where I was really, really happy with how it turned out. Like, I had the biggest grin on my face when I watched Superman save someone, or he lifted a big piece of like a big building out the way, he threw it out the way and he saved a little kid, or he saved a dog or something. Like, all of that kind of stuff is the stuff you want to feel for about the kind of character of Superman. And to that point, I think David Cornsweet plays the character to perfection almost, because he embodies this character. He really does feel like Superman, but obviously it's not like the most perfect version of Superman, because he goes through a lot in this movie. And what I do also appreciate about the way they handle Superman, without spoiling the whole movie obviously, but I think the best way they handled the character was how he's not an overpowered plot armor kind of character where he's gonna win every battle. Like, I like how there's some situations where he loses a fight and then he has to come back and he has to be the guy to win the fight again. Like, I like all of that. Like, there's a balance, there's a nuance of how he's not always the guy that's going to win every fight. So I appreciate that. Also, I have to talk about Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, as he is a very big standout throughout the movie. There is a scene in this movie which I will not spoil, but the way he just smiles, the absolute aura he gives off of in his character, and the way he expresses himself and all of that, like, that is really, really solid. A lot of really cool music choices, and like I said, the theme song, there's the iconic theme song in here, and the way it plays in the movie, and how you've got these epic moments throughout the film, and the theme song really does carry the weight of the epicness of this, every scene that's in. And it feels like you could say it's overplayed, but to me, I just could not get sick of it. It's an iconic theme song, and it represents everything to do with Superman. So I did appreciate all of that. There's also some really fun little bits towards the end of the movie, like the post-credit scenes, but it's not like teasing the next DCU movie or anything. It's just kind of like little bits added on from the rest of the movie. So I did enjoy all of that. I overall really do enjoy this movie. This was a solid film. I'm glad I saw it opening weekend, and even though it was actually a heat wave in Scotland today, I was like, you know what, I'm going to see this movie no matter what. Superman, especially James Gunn at the helm, James Gunn Superman, I have to go and see this immediately. I have to go and watch this film, and that's what I did, and that is how I felt about the movie. If I gave myself another day or two, I'd probably still say the same stuff here. It's just a really solid movie. You should go and watch the film. And yeah, that's my review of James Gunn's Superman, the 2025 version of the movie. So is it a bird? Is it a plane? Or is it, well, I see you next time on the James Ramblin' Reviews, because I think that's where we're heading. So yeah, bye, bye, bye.